Good morning. Welcome back for today's session. We are here with another concept, a poem from class 9 NCERT book, Beehive, and the name of the poem is The Snake Trying by W.W.E. Ross. This is a very interesting story, a small incident described in this poem, and this poem gives us a very important message. If we just think about the title of this poem, The Snake Trying. So now these three words, if we think about it, what is the concept that comes to our mind? We came to know that some snake is there, the snake, and the snake is trying something. When we'll study this poem, we will come to know what exactly happened in this poem and why the snake is trying. What is the reason behind? The poet of this poem very beautifully describes this concept where a snake is trying something. Trying what? We'll come to know when we will read this poem. So let us start. The Snake Trying. The very first line of this poem is actually the title of this poem, The Snake Trying. So here it is given, the snake trying to escape the pursuing stick with sudden curvings of thin, long body. How beautiful and graceful are his shapes. He glides through the water away from the stroke. Oh, let him go over the water into the reeds to hide without hurt. Small and green, he is harmless and even to children. Along the sand he lay until observed and chased away, and now he vanishes in the ripples among the green slim reeds. So now, if we talk about this poem, the snake trying to escape the pursuing stick. So the very beginning lines of this poem makes the concept very clear. What is the concept? The snake is trying, and trying what? Trying to escape. Escape from whom? Escape from the pursuing stick. This shows the poet wants to highlight that the snake is trying to escape, is trying to save itself from a pursuing stick. Pursuing means, this word pursuing means following. Somebody is pursuing, that means somebody is following you. So now the snake is trying to save itself from this pursuing stick. Now we all know that a stick can't walk or run of its own. This means that somebody is holding that stick, this pursuing stick. And who is holding? Obviously, some person. So this snake is actually trying to save itself from a human being, from a person who is holding a stick and is behind the snake. This shows the person wants to kill the snake, and the snake is just trying to save itself from this stick. So this is the main thing described in this poem. So first two lines give us the detailed explanation of this poem, The Snake Trying. That what is the actually reason behind the poet, that why he gave this name, the poem, The Snake Trying. Next, with sudden curvings of thin long body. Now curvings, this word curvings means twisting. Now when this snake is trying to save itself, the entire body is twisting. If you must, I hope that you must have seen a snake in your life and how a snake crawls. When a snake crawls, we can see curvings in his body. The entire body is twisted. That is why it is given here sudden curvings of thin, long body. This shows that the snake is thin, slim, and then when the snake is moving, we can observe some curvings on the entire body. How beautiful and graceful are his shapes. Now here, the poet is telling us that this snake is beautiful, is very graceful. Why? With the curvings that we can see while the snake is moving or crawling, it was so beautiful. That is why the poet is describing the beauty of a snake. He glides through the water away from the stroke. Now this word glides. Glides means move smoothly. So now this snake is moving smoothly through the water and is trying to save itself from the stroke, from the hit of that pursuing stick. Oh, let him go over the water into the reeds to hide without hurt. Now again another word that we should know the meaning of this word, reeds. Reeds means marshy plants. So now here in the beginning we came to know the action done by the snake. The snake is trying to save itself. Now the poet is describing, he is telling us about his own wish. And what is his wish? Oh, let him go over the water into the reeds to hide without hurt. Now what is this hymn denoting here? Hymn is for this snake. The poet wants that the snake should be allowed. He should not be harmed by anyone, by the stick or the person holding that stick. The poet wants to save the snake. That is why it is his desire that let the snake go. Where? The snake should be allowed to escape. And where? Through the water. Small and green, he is harmless even to children. Now, another important thing. Now this poet is describing about the appearance of this snake. The snake is small, thin. In the beginning also the words are given, thin body. This poet wants that this snake should be allowed to escape. And now he is describing the appearance. The snake is green in color. Students, you should remember this thing, that this snake is small, green, and third important thing, this snake is harmless. Harmless to children. Why this thing is highlighted in this poem? Because most of us think of snakes as symbols of death. Whenever a picture comes to our mind about a snake, what comes next? Snake means harmful. Snake means dangerous. Snake means poison. Snake is not a good creature for human beings. This is the misconception of people. But through this poem, the poet W.W.E. Ross wants to highlight this concept that all snakes are not harmful. That is why he is describing a snake in his poem that is harmless, harmless to even children. Along the sand he lay until observed and chased away. And now he vanishes in the ripples among the green slim reeds. He ends his poem with these lines where he is explaining that the snake was just lying in the sand unless the snake was being noticed by someone. And then what happened? In the end, he vanishes. This means he disappears. Where? Through the water. And this snake, what he actually did? He escaped and he was not visible anymore. Obviously, the snake must have escaped, and now this snake is not visible. He vanishes in the ripples. Ripples, I told you, marshy plants or bushes. Here the story ends. Now from the beginning till the end, just one main thing is highlighted in this poem, and that is the snake. There is someone, this pursuing stick, somebody is holding that stick. This shows that in a way, this poem tells us that in this poem, snakes are not dangerous. Who all are dangerous? Human beings. That is why in this poem, who is the victim? Human beings are not the ones suffering here in this poem. It is the snake who is suffering, who is the victim, and in the entire poem, the snake is trying to escape, is trying to save itself from human beings. So this concept that snakes are always harmful, no. According to the poet, snakes are harmless too. That is what explained in this entire poem. So now, before discussing about question answers of this poem, let us know few things. Literary devices. What all is mentioned here in the poem? First of all, if we talk about the rhyme scheme of this poem. So this poem is written in free verse. Then another important concept, transferred epithet. Now what is transferred epithet? It is adjective used with a noun, refers to a noun other than the one with which it is used. How? Through one example, you will understand this term transferred epithet. Now see this word, pursuing stick. Now what is there? Stick, noun is there, and pursuing, adjective. So according to transferred epithet, adjective used with a noun refers to a noun other than the one with which it is used. Now in this pursuing stick, although this word pursuing an adjective used with a noun, but this adjective word is not highlighting this noun. This adjective word is highlighting some other noun. And what is that noun? Person. That is why pursuing refers to a person holding stick, not the stick. I hope you understood this term, transferred epithet. Another important thing, another important poetic device, alliteration. Now, first of all, we need to understand this term, alliteration. Alliteration means repetition. Repetition of what? Repetition of consonant. Now, if we see in this poem, the line is given, he is harmless even to children. So, in this line, he is harmless. So, this consonant he, H, is repeated, H in he and then H in harmless. That is why this poetic device, alliteration, is also there in this poem. I hope you understood these poetic devices. The main theme of this poem, what is the main concept which I explained earlier in this poem. I hope it is clear to you. Now let us discuss the question answers of this poem. What is the snake trying to escape from? Yes, the snake is trying to escape from the pursuing stick. Who is holding that stick? A person, a human being. Is it a harmful snake? What is its color? Yes, students, I told you this snake is not a harmful snake. The snake is harmless and the color of the snake is green as mentioned in this poem. Next question. The poet finds the snake beautiful. Find the words he uses to convey its beauty. Yes, we have few words in this poem that describe the beauty of a snake, how beautiful and graceful. Then, next question, what does the poet wish for the snake? This is another important thing highlighted in this poem. The wish, what wish? Wish of the poet. The poet wished that the snake should be saved. The snake should be allowed to escape. Last question of this poem. Where was the snake before anyone saw it and chased away? Where does the snake disappear? So the last lines of this poem where it is mentioned that he lay until observed and chased away along the sand. So where was the snake? Before the snake was noticed by someone, the snake was lying in the sand. And then where does the snake disappear? The snake disappeared through the water into the marshy plants. So this is all about this poem. Thank you so much. Have a good day.